Welcome to the channel and thank you for joining me. I'm Greed and today we're going to have a look at 5 of my favourite vehicles you can get for free and keep. Now none of these vehicles are particularly high end, nor will they win you any races, but if you like doing different builds, going to car meets or just looking for something to fill that gap in your garage, remember none of these vehicles will cost you a penny. And if you do change your mind, you can always sell them for a few dollars. If you like what you see here today, hit the subscribe button for more content and let's get into it. So, we're going to start off with the Benefactor Shafter. This is based on a mixture of AMG Mercedes models. You find these showing up at many locations around Los Santos, and at one time were kinda hard to find, but these days are fairly common on the streets. In GTA we have the second generation, the first being seen in GTA 4. There are many variants available to buy, including limo, armoured and weaponised variants. The sedan class car has 4 doors to carry you and your crew, so can be useful for jobs and heists. As we scan over the menus, you'll see there's not a huge amount of cosmetic upgrades, however the skirts and bumpers available do give the Shafter a very low, wide, sporty look. When it comes to performance, the version you find on the streets is above average, but it does feel a little heavy. The standard version is on Super San Andreas Autos for $65,000, so you're better off just stealing it. If you're power hungry, save up a few dollars and pick up the V12 variant available on Legendary Motorsport for about $116,000, which is really good value. If you do invest in the V12, it is immensely powerful and pretty quick, but watch out for the back end stepping out. The standard version handles well, but is less prone to drift than the V12. If you do invest in the V12, it is immensely powerful and pretty quick, but watch out for the back end stepping out. The standard version handles well, but is less prone to drift than the V12. As you can see here, in a totally stock model, I push to slide the back end and it's very stable. When I do get it to shake loose, it's easy to control. Definitely a great car for free. Next up, we have an 80s icon, the Ruiner. Based on the early 80s Pontiac Trans Am, this car is well known for being Kit, star of the TV show Knight Rider. All you need is gloss black paint and window tint and you've got yourself a classic for movie themed car meets. Rockstar did release a tribute car, the Ruiner 2000, as part of the import-export update that comes with a few gadgets but also comes with an insanely high price tag. By taking this from the streets you will have saved yourself $10,000. 2 variants are available off the street, the difference being the panels on the T-top roof being intact or removed, so make sure you steal the one that you're after. As far as mods go, there are a lot of options with parts for drag, drift and street available. There are a number of liveries also for putting that finishing touch on your two-tone paint job. Performance is pretty average for an early release muscle car, however that's not necessarily a bad thing. Right off the street this muscle car has good power, not a bad top speed and decent drift ability, although can be unpredictable on occasions, but it wouldn't be an 80s muscle car if it wasn't. I would also recommend this to newcomers for learning to drift, although it's not the best, it will set you up with a good skill foundation for when you do rank up, become a bit wealthier and get the most out of your next drift build. I've tried to cover as many classes in this video as I can, so it's time for some off-road action. The Benefactor Dubster is not available to buy. The only way you can get this vehicle is to take it from the street. They used to spawn more often, but now if with a bit of hunting around you'll usually be able to find one. Inspired by the Mercedes G-Wagon, which is an amazing vehicle in real life, I would describe this as a bit of a do-it-all vehicle, with decent speed for a 4x4, good off-road traction, pretty good handling and good styling right off the street. There is another variant, the Dubster 6x6, which you can pick up for about $250,000. Dubster spawn in standard colours and trim, however there is a Dubster 2 which comes with loads of mods already fitted and black, gold and silver colourways. These rare spawns are based on the Brabus G-Wagon, however I haven't seen one of these spawn in years and they are possibly removed. Loads of custom parts for this, so good options for everything from adventure truck builds to urban SUV styling. On the street, the Dubster has fairly car-like handling qualities. Off-road, I would say it's above average with decent speed and stability, and who knows, you may even get on the podium if you're good behind the wheel. The current Futo is a much loved JDM hot hatch you can see pretty much anywhere on the streets of Los Santos. Robbing it from an unsuspecting NPC will save you about $9,000. If you're planning on getting into JDM meets, this is a fantastic gateway. Based on the 80s Toyota Corolla Levin with a sprinkler skyline, it's a true tuner at heart. Once in the custom shop, you'll see a good range of cheap parts to make you build your own. From body kits and spoilers to wraps and oversized exhausts, there is a huge amount of custom options for this car. It sits low down in the sports class, and I think it would be better suited and more competitive in the compact class. With JDM car meets being the most popular type of meet, this is well worth having in your garage if you're looking to get into the scene. It's not a particularly fast car and revs can sometimes feel a little dull, as with quite a lot of low powered cars on GTA of this era, but there is a certain charm to the handling which with some practice can be very satisfying. For a final car you find me in Rancho, but this lowrider spawns all over the city. The vapi peyote retails at $38,000 from Benny's, and although you can customise it at Los Santos Customs, it has a much wider range of customisation at Benny's. It spawns in two types, a convertible and this, the hardtop version. Both are gorgeous and take their styling from an early Ford Thunderbird. If you do head to gang territory, you'll often find them already with cosmetic mods that are not available to lower ranks, so thieving it from gang locations can save you even more money. Just remember to get out of there quick, as gangsters don't like it when you steal their cars. As lowriders go, they don't come much wider and flatter than this. There is also a peyote gasser on southern San Andreas for $805,000. The hardtop can also pass as a movie car if painted, as the Ford Thunderbird from Cheech and Chong's next movie, so consider it for theme meets. There are a ton of modifications available from Los Santos Customs for the lowrider look and also some drag-inspired parts. Performance is very poor with slow acceleration and boat-like handling. It's far from an exhilarating drive. But that's not why you own this car. This is about slow and low. Thanks for visiting my channel. I hope you've enjoyed my content today. Please consider leaving a like and subscribe to catch up with my future uploads. And remember, stay greedy.